Hey everybody, time for another Streaman with Seaman. I'm right. You don't have to laugh at my attempt to be a host, Brian.
That name is terrible. I can't believe you made that.
Yeah, I can't believe somebody in this room texted me excitedly over the weekend when he thought of that name. Wait, is it not? It shouldn't say lunchtime
trivia.
murder.
Oh
I just
man,
changed
they're gonna be a
it.
bunch of disappointed people coming in here.
I just changed it.
This is all falling apart.
It's stupid YouTube's stupid site that like it doesn't tell you when like there's nothing that says like yes, officially change it. It's just so it's like
We're gonna fucking get that Meta Knight guy coming in here being like,
Mega Knight-
"Oh, trivia murder party! I can't wait!" And then him being pissed off that we're playing Seaman.
Mega Knight is gonna have to deal with it. All right, hey guys. So we're gonna check in with Seaman again. As you might recall, this is Seaman Mach 3, in that is the third one
And the fastest.
and the fastest Seaman. And let's see if we murdered him yet again, shall we?
We shall.
Oops. There you go. Please wait.
So Brian, what do you remember most fondly about working on the Seaman?
You know, I worked very closely with a writer who was my girlfriend at the time and is now my wife.
Hey.
So it was a project that we worked closely on. We were, so that's one of my fondest memories, actually.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's great.
Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset.
But yeah, there's a lot of freedom to pretty much write
Greetings,
whatever we want.
and welcome back.
That's always fun.
You're doing a good job.
Have you asked her if she has any Seaman
Very well.
stories that she remembers?
Did you see
I
it?
did. And she said,
The
and you
nautilus
are...
has become prey to the parasitic mushroomers, and thus the gillmen were born.
Yeah, she doesn't remember anything
Gill
either.
stands for the
Okay,
gill
great.
of a fish. So a gillman
Gill
is a being
stands
who
for the gill of a
breathes
fish. I would
underwater.
argue that's just the same word you're using twice. Not really anything standing for anything.
It will not stand
At the
for it.
moment, the habitat contains 6 gillmen.
Oh, we'll whittle that down pretty quick.
They are suffering from the cold.
Did you know he
Please
breathes
use
on
the
the
heater
sign?
to raise
Yeah,
the
that's
temperature to a
disturbing,
more
isn't it?
comfortable
Yeah.
level.
Because it looks like he has a weird boob, too.
Yeah.
Allow me to give you the
When did you
highlights
and
for
Lena get
today.
married, Brian?
In 2000.
Now these gillmen are very fond
Okay,
of
so like
the
right
food
after
So
Seaman.
right after
the,
Seaman.
the passion of
But
Seaman.
be
Yes,
careful.
right, yeah, no.
Do
That's a
not
fun
give them
story
too
I'll have
much
to
at
share on
once,
another stream.
as
Okay.
their appetites
Yeah.
are insatiable. So let us head over to the tank.
Let's head over to the tank.
Okay.
What the hell?
Did he just cough?
Was that Leonard Nimoy's actual cough
I think it was.
that they decided to leave into the game?
That's wacky.
It's that sense of realism.
Did you write that? Did you write that?
Yeah, I said, well, let's have him cough. We didn't have anything to do with the Nimoy narration. That
Did-
all came later.
Did you know
So
that?
you didn't even write any of that?
Nope.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you know they were going to do something, or did they decide later that it was just too impenetrable without a narrator?
We knew that there was a narrator, and we thought it was going to be Leonard Nimoy.
Okay.
Good.
Oh,
Beauty.
cute.
Look at him.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Swirling.
Now, did you, like when you wrote stuff, like, did anyone from Japan have to approve it, or?
No, what happened was early on, Yute Sato, who was the creator of Seaman, and some producers came over and
That's his
sat with-
face, right, on the Seaman?
I don't know.
I've heard tell it is, but I don't know.
It might be. He had a-
Sunday
He had some facial hair,
No.
so it's not exactly him. But,
Yeah, what?
Well, he's a baby now.
That one.
but yeah, he spent the day with us at
Yeah.
Jellyvision and
That one.
basically talked to us about kind of the Zen of Seaman, what he was about, all the things that they had designed, what kind of general things he thought he could talk about
Mm-hmm.
with you, but he really just kind of stressed, you know, we are trusting you guys to come up with stuff that is interesting to talk about, and what kind of questions he would ask and what kind of things he would remember. And whatever you tell us you want him to remember, he'll remember.
Wow.
So
That's a lot of. That's not just a localization. That's like a lot of.
yeah, it wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't a localization. Yeah,
Now,
it was-
did they choose you guys strictly because of Jack stuff,
Yes.
or okay,
Yep.
cool.
So they said we like the tone of Jack. We want that kind of irreverence. We want that same kind of tone.
And
So-
Jack did come out in Japan in some form, right?
There,
We have something on the shelf
Yeah.
over there that's, I think, in Japanese.
I think that was after my time.
Okay.
but, I know while I was there was an English version, meaning for the UK, there was a German and a French, but no Japanese. But yeah,
where's
they
the
were aware of
German
us.
version. Oh. They ever do a
Well,
German
yeah.
version of Seaman?
We can only hope.
Germans always missing out.
They went. I want to, like, in my mind, imagine like a scruffy German version of Jellyvision who they had the same speech with. They're like, "Whatever you guys want," and he just remembers about beer and cheese and things. Did the director speak English, or did he have a translator?
We were told that he didn't speak English, but when he got there, he spoke. Let's just say his English is tons better than my Japanese and
Sure.
better than my English, actually. So he did a lot of his own talking, but did have a translator
I see.
and was able to make himself understood.
Was he? How passionate about Seaman was he?
Super, super passionate. Yeah, this was like his child. He was really. His whole message the whole day was, "I want you guys to care about this creature as much as I do."
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
nice.
That seems like a good match for Jellyvision. He seems like a Japanese version of Harry.
Yes, that in a lot of ways, and yeah, just the passion, and he could tell that we were the right people for it because we would care about it. Now our involvement was very defined and very limited, but even within those strict parameters, he knew that he could count on us to care. And so
Yeah.
that's why it was a good fit. Why it wasn't a good fit was I think we kind of didn't know a lot about what we were doing in terms of writing, any kind of branching narratives. We didn't have the tools for it, so it was a challenge.
Well,
but,
Brian, I will say, I think another challenge is this is not a great game.
Well, that's true. I mean, I have a lot of love for Seaman as a weird thing, and also having played it, I have some fondness. It's not, like, just from a functional standpoint, it's not an amazing video game. It's an amazing experiment.
yeah. I'm just glad that it still shows up in lists of top 10 weirdest games ever made.
Yeah.
20 years later, people are still talking about it.
So how long did you have to do all the writing?
It was only a few months, and it was, when this deadline hits, the deadline is passed. I remember that day. I remember sending off the last batch and heading over to the bar and having a martini.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fond memory, and that was just a really nice celebration of what I thought was a difficult job done pretty well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, we've had some setbacks in terms of getting far into the game, mostly Owen murdering various
Hello,
things.
Yes.
Seaman. I'm not going to murder you.
But when we've gotten to the talking
Yes,
stage,
why?
it's very cool. It sounds very much in the voice of Jellyvision at that time.
Hello, Seaman.
Hey guys in the chat, Yuxi, Selenius,
Hello,
Random,
Seaman.
Richard Fernandez.
Seaman.
If people have
Maybe,
questions for Brian, who was head writer on Seaman, is that your title, head writer?
Well, we didn't have titles
Assistant to
listed.
Mr.
Yes,
Seaman.
we were all assistants to
Sure.
Mr. Seaman.
That's
so
right. That's right.
He wanted to totally make the booklet as immersed in the world as everything else.
Got it.
Hello. Did you see that video we aired yesterday?
No.
Oh, we'll have to send it to you. It was like a promo video for Seaman. It was like a fake news report.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that they had told us about that.
Yeah, it's something else.
It's real weird.
It's crazy.
The freakiest part of it is they show like what is ostensibly the skeleton of a seaman, and it's like the head of a baby on a fish, like the skull of a. It's weird.
Who did the voice acting for Seaman? I don't know. Somebody either from Japan or someone that they went ahead and hired after we were involved.
What's the fish hook for in the back? I've wondered that too. I can't figure out what that is.
I believe that comes into play later on.
Okay.
It looks great though.
No, I don't think anyone in the States worked on Seaman 2. I don't think it ever came over to
the
the
States, no.
States.
I think
But
it was
Jellyvision didn't have an
PlayStation 2
involvement.
only in Japanese.
Yeah. I feel like it did okay in Japan. Apparently, enough to warrant a sequel.
Yeah.
I think it was sort of less popular in the States, although I definitely at the time knew of it because it was so weird, and I really wanted to play it. I didn't have a Dreamcast though, so
I don't know how in the world my sister and I got it.
yeah.
Because, I mean, it must have been something she saw online that was coming out for Dreamcast. Because Dreamcast didn't have that many great games that
Right.
we were primarily interested in. So I don't know how she found out about it at the time, but she did.
Right.
Were there any past projects I worked on at Jellyvision/Jackbox? Yes.
All of them.
Yeah, pretty much all of them until kind of the time where Jellyvision kind of didn't do games for a little while.
Yeah.
Or sporadically
Did you work
did
on
games.
2011?
I did. I wasn't working here, but I did do some work for them on a contract basis. But yeah, I was there for the first Jack.
Yeah. You pretty much are one of the old timers.
Yep.
In length, not age.
No, both.
But also both. Also, you're gonna fall down dead any second, Brian.
Yep.
Quick, share your knowledge.
Speaking of falling
Always
down
remember to.
Oh man.
dead, I believe we finished off today's Seaman stream. Because they really don't do much at this point in time. They
Oh,
just
is that
gotta
it?
Make sure they survive.
Hey, Avantix.
You try and talk to them and they just say poopla.
Sure.
So we'll raise it to 19.5 and then
Tell me you love him though.
tell one that I love them.
Now, what I don't know is how.
I love you.
Yeah, if you've talked.
Hooray.
Let's see, if you talk to them a lot during this time versus not very much, they might start talking sooner.
Yeah, you might speed up their.
Development. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Wow.
You didn't get a holiday for that.
Poopla. Poopla.
Boy.
Holla-ray.
Hooray.
Wow.
Poopla.
Gagura.
Gagura.
Mm-hmm. That's what I would have said.
Kiss me.
Yiffee.
Yiffee.
Random says it'd be nice if you could decorate the tank. I do think that
Yiffee.
apparently there are some seeds in the terrarium that we could bring over to the tank to grow a little vegetation.
Really?
I started reading a little bit about it. That when we get to the terrarium stage,
and
there's a
does
seed.
that help with your air?
I don't think it actually does anything. I think
Okay,
it just is
great.
cosmetic, but
Hoopla. Hoopla.
Should speak English to it.
Fibula.
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 Hello, Seaman.
Peeblo.
Peeplo.
Coo.
See, we'll come back and Owen will be speaking Seaman.
Yeah. The Seaman is teaching Owen English.
Hoopla.
Yeah, see, he's tired of that.
I didn't notice the first time that you can see through them at this age. Kinda
Yeah, they're
strange
like
that.
the see-through fish.
Yeah, the see-through fish.
I just thought you meant their motives were pretty transparent.
Yeah, it's like, I get what you're doing.
I can't wait until they ask me what kind of computer I own.
Is that an option?
Yeah.
That was one of the things that kind of that you wanted out of Seaman was he really wanted him to show his tech knowledge of the time. So
Interesting.
that's
Do
why.
you own a computer?
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
What kind of a computer?
I liked when it asked if you were married, and then it was like, don't worry about people who tell you to get married.
Thanks, Seaman. I appreciate it.
I was actually amazed. Do you know how many occupations it recognizes? Because Owen said he was an artist, and he's like, oh, an artist.
Yeah, there's a shit ton.
Wow.
It's a technical term.
Yeah.
I mean, artist is not crazy of a.
But I can't believe you get
Profession.
paid to make art. It's crazy.
Me neither.
I can't believe you get paid to
You
make art.
personally.
I'm ready for it to end any day now. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, this is great. Thank you, Brian.
Of course. If you ever need me, my desk is right there.
We'll just knock that wall out.
Yep, and there I am.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, cool.
Would you like to save and
Um,
end the session?
We will be doing the real weekly Jackbox stream tomorrow, play some Jackbox games. We may do a Seaman check-in tomorrow or Friday, and we will on Friday definitely do our afternoon Gaspionage stream. So stay tuned to the channel, like and subscribe and follow. You don't really have to like. I mean, it'd be great if you did, but mostly just to get the notifications. And we will see you later in the week. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
So I always have to link because thanks, guys.
You still live? What the fuck are you doing?
Freeze frame.